Hey there, my name is Ryan, and I'm a content and product specialist here at Immersion Digital. I want to share with you one of the newest features in the 2.0 release of Glow, and that's the Enhanced Journal feature. Journaling is a great way to take what you've been learning in your personal study time with God, or in the sermons from a pastor or Bible study that you're a part of, and actually keep them all together, keep them attached to Scripture, so that next time you're reading, you have everything right there. Now, to take a note within Glow, it's pretty simple. First, you want to go into the Bible. And so I'm going to actually dive into Mark, and I want to go to Mark chapter 5, where Jesus heals the Gerasene demoniac, because there's some pretty unique things about this story. I want to take a note on verse 1, because the area of Gerasene is rather unique. To take a note, I simply right-click, and notice it pulls up the right-click menu here, and I can come down here and I can click Add a Note. Or I can click down here in the bottom left-hand section where my notes are stored, and I can create a note that way as well. Notice it pulls up my note screen for me, and what I'm going to put here is that Gerasenes was actually a Gentile area. This area was not a place that Jews would normally have come culturally or religiously, because it was just seen as an unclean area. So the fact that Jesus would bring his disciples here to heal a man is very, very important. Now, one of the other great features of the Enhanced Journal is not only can I take notes on passages of Scripture, but I can take notes also on media. Any photos, any artwork, virtual tours, even the In His Shoes video documentaries, I can take notes on those and add them to my journal. So what I'm going to do here is I want to see what media does Glow have associated with this story. So I'm going to right-click and drag over verses 1 through 20, and notice it pulls up my right-click menu. And I want to send this to the results grid. Now, what it's doing is it's pulling together all of the media and resources that are available to me that are attached to that passage of Scripture. Notice I have articles here from the Zondervan Pictorial Encyclopedia. I have photos, I have artwork, I have virtual tours, I even have some maps, and I also have an interactive documentary from In His Shoes. Now, I can take a note on any of these things, and so what I want to do is underneath the Kürsi Monastery, I want to go and visit there, because this area, this monastery was built in the 1st century as a memorial to the fact of when Jesus healed the Gerasene demoniac, and then when he came back later and fed the 4,000. So I want to actually add this into my journal. To do that, I simply come down into the bottom description area, and notice I have the little glow icon. When I click on that, it brings up my right-click menu, and it allows me to send this photo to any of the other lenses, but I can also add it to my journal or add a note. So I actually want to add this to my journal. Now, to see where my journal is, I go into the left-hand menu here, and underneath My Apps, click on My Journal. What you'll notice when your journal opens up is that on the left-hand side are my journal entries. Notice I have the virtual tour here of the Kürsi Monastery, and I also have the note that I took on Mark chapter 5, verse 1. Now, I can also take freeform notes by clicking on the pencil here, and it will allow me to just write in Glow as if it was a journal. Now, on the right-hand side, you have the My Presentations. This is a great way to take your journal and the notes that you've had and share them with others. To create a new presentation, simply click on the plus, and then to add slides to your presentation, simply drag from your journal and drop them into the presentation. Again, dragging this passage of Scripture and dropping it into my presentation. Sharing my notes is just that simple. Now, this has been a very quick overview of the Enhanced Journal feature and how to add a note within Glow. For more information on the presentation tool, I'd encourage you to watch the presentation tutorial. If you don't have the Glow 2.0 release yet, I would encourage you to double-click on the Glow icon on your desktop, and Glow will automatically update itself. If you don't have Glow, please go to www.glowbible.com or your local bookstore today and pick up your copy of Glow. Thanks so much for joining us. I hope that this has been helpful, and I look forward to seeing you real soon.